Hello there guys, and welcome to the Eldar Sim Racing YouTube channel. Tonight we have something different than usual. We have the beautiful Peugeot RCZ, or the RZCs, whatever they're known as, and we are here at Goodwood Motor Circuit again. We were here yesterday for the final rounds of the mini championship. This time it is the Peugeots, the French beasts, as I'm going to call them for a little while. I'm your host for this evening, Hoppers, as per usual. For this one, we are looking forward to seeing what these Peugeots can do around Goodwood, and it is a new series, so I'm hoping that tonight can go successfully. And we have got some drivers that I know and some new people that I'm not aware of. So evening to Malcolm Argyle, that does the BTCC on a Friday. Welcome to the stream, my friend. And we are looking forward to seeing what is going to happen for this evening as we go on to potentially see what the Peugeots can do. Obviously this league has been set up, or this championship has been brought to a new attention with ESR Idol, aka Darren Baldwin, the Banter King. It is proudly sponsored by Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs. We are proud to be sponsoring a championship in the Eldar Sim Racing. So I believe they have a 5-minute qualification and then a 15 minutes race, from what I believe. So it is going to be a new for basically a new series. So, and Mr. Super 64 says go Pineapple Head. So that's Tom Holland. He's here. So it's nice to see that some of the guys that we know from the minis are entering this Peugeot championship, the RCZ. You know, this is the first time I've commentated on a exciting league such as this, even though we've commentated on the minis last night. But yeah, it's looking forward to being hopefully a cracker. We've got Jason Grant, aka Bluefin, in here as well. So both I believe it's both cigarette companies backing into this evening, and yes, they are very cool liveries. So we have the Pineapple Head and of course Bluefin. They're battling it out at the moment. Got Nodgy's mate in the beautiful KTM Racing Bat Peugeot. That's a lovely looking livery. And then we've got someone called Crazy 8875. I will try and get the real names of these guys as of next week. And then you've got DJ You'll Never Walk Alone in the Bristol City Bat sponsored, and then you've got Darren Baldwin in obviously the England one, but also backed by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs, and I believe Scott Fenton before he went to go and check his internet connection. And we have someone here called Grim99. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this league starts. It is potentially, like I say, it is a new league for me this evening. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on. Hopefully I don't try and lose my voice as much like I did last night in the minis, but you know, it is going to hopefully be amazing, and hopefully it can be one of them. Scott Fenton has just joined back into the room in the beautiful looking Monster Energy bats. Beautiful Monster Energy Bat Peugeot. So as I say, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to go on. This is new territory, but the Peugeots are looking, I must say, amazing. you know, they look cool on track, and I'm sure they will look great when they start racing. So depending on how many people we get tonight, it will also depend on the level of, well, I'm not going to say the level of stream, but you know, the level of competitiveness, and you know, we may see who is doing really well here. So yeah, stick around, guys. It should be a cracker, as I'm looking forward to seeing what is going on. So like I say, we are at the beautiful Goodwood circuit, as of we were last night with the minis, but this time it is the Peugeot RCZs, and yeah, it's so let's see. Scott Fenton's asking if anyone can see him. Well, at the moment, mate, I've not seen you on track at the minute. So, just check that he's in. So yeah, what is happening at the moment? As Bluefin is drifting there. So yeah, I'm gonna go through hopefully the grid, or who's here. I'll just double check that Scott Fenton. We can see Scott Fenton. I believe, is he gone out onto pit lane? Yes, he is. I can see him. So if you're watching the stream, Scott, I can see you, mate. I can see your beautiful Monster Energy but sponsored Peugeot, which is quite an amazing machine. So yeah, we've got, I believe it's 5 minutes of qualifying and then a 15-minute race. I'm not too sure how many races they are of the Peugeots in total. I know there's loads of rounds, but hopefully I'll get the calendar up and we'll go through some of the rounds if I can before we start racing this evening. So I will just jump into the calendar for the Peugeots while we get up and running. It'd help if I was on the right YouTube channel just to have a look. But yes, the RCZs, probably sponsored by Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs. It's the first time we've actually had sponsorship of a full championship. Yes, we've sponsored the Mini 7 of Chris Craig last season, or this season just gone, as Bluefin gets a penalty. So I'm just going to check the calendar. After this, it is Brands Hatch Indy next Saturday. That'll be hosting round number 2 of the series, and then you've got round number 3 will be at the Red Bull Short Circuit, and potentially we will have Blue Moon Bay on the infield on the A circuit there, and then we will have Autopolis Short for round number 5 of the championship, and then we have Lago Maggiore for the final round. So hopefully it should be a good series. Hopefully, if you are interested in racing, guys, please do jump on, and we shall see what is going on. I'll just bear with me, guys, while I just check what is going on. And good evening to Max Robertson, who is watching the stream. Good evening to you, sir. I hope you're doing well, my friend. But yes, this, like I say, is the first time the Peugeots run. Darren Baldwin has set up this amazing series, so kudos to him for setting up an amazing league. Hopefully this evening things go swimmingly well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. I must say that when the Peugeot's idling in the pits, it sounds really nice, I must say. But yeah, so we've got Crazy, who's just in the normal Peugeot livery at the moment. Hopefully he will get one sorted. So yeah. Then you got Noddy's mate, in the beautiful Red Bull and KTM racing at Persia. That's probably one of my favourites, to be fair, but it is nice to see different types of liveries, like Darren Baldwin, aka ESR Idol. He's got the Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs logo on the front, on the side, and on the back bumper. So the series sponsor is also on features on one of the cars, which is quite nice to see as Bluefin gets it crossed up there going into one of the turns. I will try and, if I can, get the track map up and have a look what is going to go on, and we will see how well things go this evening. And you know, anything can happen within these with these races. It is, oh, they are great livery, mate, I must admit. I must admit they are great liveries. I haven't designed them, but obviously with Darren having the series sponsor the Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs, you know, that is, it's absolutely nice to be part of, like I say, part of the championship, and also the sponsor for one of the girls. You know, it is nice to be part of that. Okay, 2 races, mate. Thank you so much for that. I was waiting to ask you, but thank you for clarifying, my friend. Yeah, so I'm just going to find out what. So I'm just going to find out what the grid is for race 2. So then we get to know. So yeah. So I'm trying to find out a bit more about the league, because it is, like I say, it is a new one for me this evening. But as we see, Noddy's mate drift off a bit into the barrier there, which is a bit unfortunate for him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on. There's only 8 drivers at the moment, but hopefully we should. Cheers, buddy. It's much appreciated. So it's reverse grid, so it's reverse of race 1, and it is a rolling start. So it is technically one of my favourite formats of the racing, is having the reverse grid, because it is one of the best. It puts some of the guys that need to be pressured into potentially. So if you finish first, you start last. So you start 8th place if there's only 8 of us, and obviously whoever jumps out into first place. So this is a 5-minute qualification. The guys are just doing practice at the moment, so that should be an epic stuff. I believe we start at 8 PM, so I'm looking forward to this. You know, I've, ever since we said, well, we'll do commentary and we'll do potentially sponsor the series, so it's going to be great to see what these guys can do. I'm hoping we get more numbers. And second race is 1 mandatory pit stop, and it must be done, and it must use mediums for 3 laps. That's going to be quite interesting to see that the second race, and we're going to spice it up and swap tyres to the mediums, and it must be done with the mediums for 3 laps. So that's quite good. It's going to be interesting. Qualifying starts at 8:15, so I do apologise, that was my own fault, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do. So I'm going to grab a drink of water, because I have a feeling my throat might go at this, because anything can happen with these racing. So I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, I am back. I just do apologise, I was just getting some drink of water. I've just realised that the first race is 15 minutes long and then the second race is 25 minutes. So it's going to be hopefully an epic fight between some of these guys. Some of these guys are new to me, so it may be occurring that we are going to have potentially some great battles here at Goodwood. Obviously Goodwood is a favourite circuit of mine, but I'm also looking forward to when they visit Brands Hatch, because they will be on the 1.2 mile Brands Hatch Indy circuit for the second round, which will take place next Saturday. So at the moment the benchmark has been set by Scott Fenton, the Irishman as we call him, with a 113.4. So it's looking like it's good. They're looking like they're using the super soft tyres at the moment, which Scott Fenton's beautiful Monster Energy looking livery, I must say, that must take some skill to design that, but it's looking really nice on a Peugeot, I must say. And then you've got Bluefin in the Marlboro, the cigarette company, back Peugeot. These guys are just doing a practice before 8:15. When qualifying starts, so yeah, it's looking really nice. Pineapple Head in the Rovmans, but Peugeot, as he goes offline there, which I don't think he needs to do. He was driving quite well within the minis last night, within the time of the minis last night, and then you got Grim 99. Like I say, some of these guys are new to me, so bear with me if I get your names wrong and you know who people are. And then you've got DJ 11 Walk Alone in the beautiful Bristol City. Even though I'm a Wolves fan, fair play for having the team on the grid, mate. That's all I can say. But it's nice looking livery, I must say. Then you've got Noddy's mate. Noddy's mate is in the beautiful KTM Red Bull backed Peugeot. I must say that actually looks quite amazing livery for Noddy's mate there. And then you've got Darren Baldwin, aka ESR Idol. Darren is obviously sponsored by the England football team. He's also got a livery as a tribute to a great friend and a great racer that we sadly lost a couple of weeks ago, Stewie. I'd just like to also just extend my deepest condolences to Stu's family within the racing community, and sorry for your loss, guys. It's not a nice thing to go through, but my deepest thoughts and condolences go to you guys. And he's also got the title sponsor for the season, Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs, which we are delightful to be part of for the grid there. So we've got Crazy. Unfortunately, Crazy hasn't got a livery on his Peugeot at the moment, but hopefully he will get one out there. And then you've got Scott Fenton obviously in the Monster Energy, so it is looking likely. I believe we are now missing Bluefin, so Bluefin is not out on track at the moment, so we're just going to see what is going to happen this evening for the Peugeot RCZs. Like I say, it's the first time we are running these as a championship, and also to have Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs sponsoring. So if it wasn't for us, these guys wouldn't be racing. So they're looking perfectly amazing on track, I must say. I'll try and catch some of the battles or some of the guys racing around here at the moment. Excuse me as I get a bit of hiccups there. Just doing a bit of practice ready for 8:15 when they start qualifying. As I say, some of the cars are really looking quite nice. We've got try and go on board with Darren Baldwin just for a quick lap round Goodwood. So as he goes through the chicane, which is leading him onto the start finish line here, and we will technically try and pull up a circuit map as we speak. So Darren is heading into turn number 1. I will try and get the corner names. So yeah, we'll try and get a circuit map, and I will go through potentially what is here. So we have got, depending if I can find where he is on the map, he's coming up to Levant corner, and then he's going down onto Levant straight now. This is quite a long straight. I believe it was actually a corner called No Name, but he's now going to go through into and break in for Woodcote, which is also a corner at Silverstone, so they're obviously copying a bit of Silverstone there, and he goes into the chicane. I'll stay on board with Darren for a minute so I can get the corners right. So he's going down the start finish line now, heading down to Madgewick, Madgewick corner, and then he's heading down towards Ford Water now. This is kind of a bit of a track, so he's not going down into Ford Water. He's going to potentially brake, doesn't need to brake at the moment, but he's looking very racy round here as he goes down into now St Mary's for down into gear 4 for that, and then he's going into the Levant corner, or the No Name corner, and then into Levant here, and then down Levant straight into Woodcote, and then into the chicane there. So that's a lap of Goodwood. I hope you guys have enjoyed that bit. I will try and remember the corners if I can, but just please do bear with if I pronounce them wrong. But yeah, it's looking quite amazing. Hopefully we get some more people into the lobby before 8:15, but never mind if we don't. But the you know, these Peugeots are looking absolute amazing, I must say. You know, as I say, it is the first time these guys are, as Grim goes off there, goes off at St Mary's, he goes flying, but then he jumps back onto the track. I believe some of these guys, like I say, these guys are new. Some of these guys are new to me, so it's going to be one of them. Hopefully I'll learn everyone's names by next week. So we've got obviously Darren Baldwin, who I know quite well. I've even raced against him, and I now commentate on one of his amazing leagues that he set up. It's quite nice to have this league set up by Darren, because it has been quite interesting. Darren currently competes in obviously the ESR endurance race, and of course the Eldar British Touring Car Championship that takes place on a Monday and Friday. If you fancy checking out the Eldar YouTube, guys, please do like, comment and subscribe. You know what to do here. It would help the guys out massively. And also, if you wouldn't mind, if you are on Facebook, checking out the Eldar Sim Racing Facebook page as well, for all the information of the series that we are running, as we are gearing up ready for qualifying in around 10 minutes time. So hopefully qualifying goes to plan for some of these guys, and hopefully we have a good night of racing. I believe Bluefin is missing at the moment. Hopefully he will come back. I don't know whether he's coming back or not, because Grim goes off again, which is a bit unfortunate, and we will see what these guys can do. Scott Fenton at the moment is done a 113.1. Scott Fenton is setting the benchmark, so let's see what he can do during qualifying and also the races this evening. So, as I was saying, the Peugeot RCZs, if you're interested in joining, guys, please do let Darren Baldwin, aka ESR Idol, know that you would like to take part. We are a great league. The Eldar Sim is a great league with fantastic admins and also fantastic commentary. And when I say commentary, commentators such as myself and of course Malcolm Argyle, that was commentating on the BTCC yesterday. You know, without us, we wouldn't be able to sit back and enjoy the racing, but also give amazing commentary. And also the guys that race in the leagues, it's nice to see how many people turn out into watching the stream or commentating or even racing. You know, there's enough things for everyone to do. You know, it's fair play to everyone that takes part, and we do have a good laugh and a good bit of banter, whereas Noddy's mates is 3 seconds off a lap from previous, which I don't think he was happy with, but hopefully he should be okay within the racing. So there is, I believe, hopefully Bluefin makes it back, but if not, there'll be 7 of us racing, well, 7 of them racing this evening, and yeah, we should see what goes on. So I'm hopefully, like I say, I don't want to lose my voice like I did last night, but yes, if you like to join the Eldar Sim racing group, please do, because it will help bolster the numbers and it will help, and you know, you get to join such great, amazing, potentially such great, amazing championships such as this, the Mini 7s, well, which is now going to be the Porsche Caymans as of next season, but then you've also got the British Touring Cars, the Premier Division of the Friday Night Leagues, and also there is obviously the Monday Night Endurance, and we also have the sports, I think it's the sports car, which is like the likes of the Honda Civic and the Focus, and I believe the Mercedes, and that they are running a league on a Wednesday, but I believe that is changing towards the Ferraris next season. So yeah, there's plenty of racing during the week for the Eldar Sim guys, and if there's any girls that are interested, please do drop the guys a message and they will gladly help you out. So I'm just going to gear up for qualifying, as Grim has just somehow left the room. I don't know whether he's going to come back, but hopefully he does. We're just going to jump and potentially get a sip on the water. So yeah, if I go quiet for a minute, just bear with. So yeah, like I say, the Peugeots are potentially a Saturday night league, which is amazing to see, and we shall see what goes on for round number 1 and obviously round number 2. So it's rounds 1 and 2 here at the glorious Goodwood circuit. It's going to hopefully look like it's going to be a spectacular race as Grim just rejoins the lobby. So please bear with me if I get your names wrong, or if something happens within the stream, if I get, like I say, get your names wrong or get your PSN names wrong, but hopefully I should remember them. I'll hopefully get a list of full people's names after this week. So we have got 5 minutes until qualifying starts, as DJ You Never Walk Alone goes off track at the first corner there. So he's gone off at yeah, the first corner, which is, if I remember rightly, he's gone off Madwick corner as he just comes back into pit lane, and this is going to be an absolute mega stuff. Qualifying is going to be starting in 4 minutes time, so anything can happen. So hopefully we shall see what goes on. So we get hopefully we get some of the guys, and Bluefin has now returned back into the lobby, so we will gear up for potentially amazing races this evening. I'm looking forward to seeing what tonight brings, and we shall have potentially some great racing by these guys. I don't know what Scott Fenton's doing. I don't know whether he's just showing off or what, but fair play. These Peugeots are quite nippy and they're quite quick, so if you go offline like Scott's demonstrating now, it'd take forever to come back on, but you know, but no, it's all good. Hopefully, like I say, I'll get everyone's names by the end, well, hopefully by the start of next week, and so yeah, as Darren Baldwin's just messaged me on social media, DJ You Never Walk Alone is actually his son. So we've got his father and son out battling it out on track for potentially title of the Peugeot RCZ. So it's going to look like it could be a family affair. It could be getting a bit upsetting if one member of the family or both of them take each other out, but I'm sure they wouldn't. I'm sure the professional race drivers in the world of Gran Turismo, but hopefully it should be a great crack and a great laugh this evening. And you know, anything could happen. It's rounds 1 and 2 here at Goodwood of the Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs Peugeot RCZ Cup, and we should see what's going to happen in around 2 minutes time for qualifying. And yeah, it's like I say, it's basically going to be 15 minutes for race 1, and then race 2 is the full grid reversal, and it is 25 minutes long with a pit stop in the race because they will have to change to the mediums. I think they have to use the mediums for 3 laps, and then they can jump back onto the super softs, I believe. But you know, this is all new, and this is kind of what we're here for. But hopefully we should get a good night of racing, and hopefully everything should go well, as ESR Idol now has started the qualifier. So we will now have qualifying for at least 5 minutes. Like I say, you know, it all depends on when you come out of pit lane. So qualifying is about to get started now. It is going to last for 5 minutes, but I believe the Peugeots are going to be a bit quicker than the Minis from yesterday. We are looking forward to seeing what goes on. Party hard, says Jerry. Yes, party hard indeed, mate. But I believe everyone has made it out of pit lane. So yes, they have. Scott Fenton leads them round Ford Water, and then going into St Mary's here, and then he will go on to I think it's the Valence corner, and then down the Valence straight into Woodcourt, and then into chicane. So this is going to be potentially, hopefully, one of the easiest tracks. The Peugeots are going slightly quicker than the Minis yesterday, So we will see who will get to cross the line to go and get their first of many, probably first of 2 flying laps around here because of the speed difference compared to the minis yesterday. So let's see as ESR Idol now goes into the chicane, closely followed by Grim99, then Scott Fenton, then Tom Holland, then Jason Grant, and then Crazy, then Noddy's mate, and then DJ You Never Walk Alone. At the moment, bring it up the rear, but we'll try and go through some of the guys, and we'll try and go, if we can, go on board with some of them throughout the evening. Hopefully next week we will do driver interviews, so let's see what happens for qualifying for the first race of the Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs Peugeot RCZ Cup, live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel, as the pineapple head there gets a bit crossed up going into St Mary's there, as Grim and ESR Idol having a bit of a battle even though this is qualifying. But we shall see what happens for the first race. We'll decide the grid during this qualifying. So the benchmark, what will it be, or what will be the fastest lap round here this evening? So let's see what they're doing as they hop into Woodcote and then go down into the chicane, and we will see the first times on the board now. As we get ESR Idol crosses the line and does a 114.5, and then Grim does a 114.8, and then Scott Benson does a 113.7, and then Bluefin does a 113.6, and then Pineapple there does a 119.4, and then Crazy does a 116.3, and then Noddy's mate does a 116.9, and DJ You Never Walk Alone does a 116.9. So there is times as Bluefin has set the pole position record at the moment. He's potentially on pole position at the moment as Grim goes a bit wide and goes off track there, which will push him, and it'll probably hamper his lap. But I believe Scott Fenton is just trying to get a draft off Darren Baldwin at the moment, going into the Levant turn here, or Woodcote. It is going to be into the chicane. We'll see what Scott can do this time. The beautiful Monster Energy Peugeot. Scott is about to cross the line now, and he's done a 1 minute 12.9, and then I believe Darren didn't improve his time there, as it didn't come up for his time with 57 minutes remaining. As Crazy's done a 115.9, Noddy's mate has done a 116.7. So the times are considerably coming down for the guys that were beating his time. But as we see, ESR Idol tries to make the move on Scott Fenton. He wants to try and get past Scott Fenton to try and set a benchmark and get a better time. But Scott Fenton at the moment is the guy to beat. He's actually now got a 112.9. I thought it was 113.9, but obviously it isn't. I stand corrected there. So it is currently 20 seconds remaining on the clock for qualifying. I'll try and go back to some of the guys and see what some of the guys are doing, as we see Grim and of course the Pineapple Head and of course Noddy's mate battling out for potentially trying to get their times. With qualifying is now over, with potentially these guys are now on the last flying lap. As the Pineapple Head, aka Tom Holland, as ESR Idol has done a 114.2 flat there. So Darren Baldwin is up obviously into third, but these guys are improving. Crazy's done a 115.2, and Noddy's mate's done 116.1, and Pineapple Head did a 115.3, and then so the grid for race 1 of the Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs Peugeot RCZ Championship is going to look like this for round number 1 of the series. It is Scott Fenton on pole position, then it is Bluefin, it's ESR Idol, Grim, Crazy, Pineapple Head, DJ, and of course Noddy's mate bringing up the rear, as we are about to get the countdown, or potentially get the Union Jack flag as 3, 2, 1 and go. And Scott Fenton gets a start. Bluefin boxed down a bit on the second row of the grid as Grim gets up into second, head into the first corner as Scott Fenton leads away, but Grim goes a bit wide there, which allows Bluefin and of course ESR Idol and of course the Pineapple Head to chase down each other. Bluefin now has a bit of a gap from these guys, but he's still there. Scott Fenton is still out in the lead at the moment, and we have got the Pineapple Head, DJ, Noddy's Mate and Grim, and of course Crazy bringing up the rear. We'll try and concentrate battles as Noddy's Mate goes off the line and essentially gets back into 8th place, as we see father and son Darren and of course his son battling it out for 4th place at the moment, as we see Pineapple Head and of course Bluefin have this amazing battle for 3rd and 2nd, which allows Scott Fenton to be clear of these guys up into 2nd and 3rd at the moment, as I believe Jason Grant is trying to overtake the Pineapple Head at the moment, and we see ESR Idol now getting a bit of a gap from DJ there, and we have Grim coming up into 6th place, and then you've got Noddy's Mate and of course Crazy. They're having a battle for 7th and 8th at the moment, but we'll see with Scott Fenton out in the lead at the moment, with ESR Idol now trying to gain up to Bluefin and of course Pineapple Head. We've got DJ and Grim having a bit of a battle for 5th place at the moment. We're trying to go back, watch the battles if we can, but DJ and of course Grim take a bit of each of role, but I believe that was just a bit of wheels banging together. Noddy's Mate and Crazy have a bit of contact going into St Mary's there, which is pushing these two a bit, which is now allowed now Crazy to drop back a bit, but we see ESR Idol now has gained a place past the Pineapple Head. He is, I believe what he was saying to me earlier in the week, he was going to try and do it automatic, but he's looking like he's doing it manual at the moment. He's trying to chase down Bluefin, aka Jason Grant, but Scott Fenton has done a 113.3 at the moment, so Scott is pushing on. Scott is quite well at racing, but will excuse me, as we, you know, straight away my voice is starting to slowly tremble away, but we'll see DJ here is in 5th place at the moment as the Pineapple Head, and of course Jason Grant, the Pineapple Head, is just, as we join back to this battle, has got back past Jason Grant for 3rd place. ESR Idol at the moment is in 2nd place, and Scott Fenton, the Irishman, is out in the lead at the moment, but we'll go back to see what's going on as Grim and Crazy and of course Noddy's Mate are 6th, 7th and 8th, and Grim is obviously there in the Infinity decals, and then you've got DJ in 5th place, but then you've also got Bluefin and of course the Pineapple Head in 3rd and 4th, but then you've also got ESR Idol and in 2nd place, but then you've also got runaway race leader at the moment, Scott Fenton, in 1st place at the moment, but there is essentially a battle brewing between the Pineapple Head and of course Bluefin. These guys were battling last night in the Mini 7s, but they're now in the Peugeot, which is more quicker than the Mini, but we'll go back hopefully to their battle very shortly as we see DJ and of course Grim try and have a battle for 5th and 6th place, and then there's a gap between Noddy's Mate, well, Crazy and Noddy's Mate, and you know, this is basically what we want to see, but I believe Grim and DJ at the moment are battling for 5th place as Grim tries to make the move there, going into Ford Water, I believe, or is it? No, it's not. I do stand corrected, it was the Valance corner, and then it's down onto the Valance straight and going down into Woodcote in for the 4th time to complete the lap as we head down into the chicane any moment now. As we see, Bluefin has got past the Pineapple Head again, but you know, there's so many battles galore going on. But Grim has now finally got past DJ, but I believe DJ's had a bit of an issue, which has allowed Crazy up into 6th place as DJ struggles a bit to get brake into the first turn as Grim goes down into 5th place at the moment. There's Pineapple Head. Bluefin is trying to chase up to ESR Idol, so Darren Baldwin may have Bluefin Jason Grant on his tailpipe or into his boot any moment if we're not careful. Scott Fenton is way out in the lead at the moment. Scott Fenton must be enjoying this, as ESR Idol and Bluefin also are having this battle at the moment. We'll try and go on board if we can yeah, we'll try and go on board with Jason Grant if we can. So yeah, we'll go on board with Jason Grant for just a little bit of a lap as he chases down ESR Idol, okay, Darren Baldwin for 2nd place at the moment. But yeah, we'll see what happens further down. But Pineapple Head and of course Grim and Crazy are trying to battle for 4th place, and then DJ You Never Walk Alone is in 7th place. Of course, Noddy's mate is bringing up the rear at the moment. But we'll go back to this battle between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol, because that's the only key battle at the moment. But Bluefin is chasing ESR Idol. Darren must be thinking, please leave me alone. You know, I'm trying to push on. I want to get close to Scott Fenton, but Scott Fenton is already going through Woodcote, and he's also going to get he's already at Woodcote, but then he's now into the chicane with 7 minutes 45 remaining in the first race of the new season for the Peugeot RCZs, brought to you by Hobbs Motorsport Vlogs. So the guys are pushing on slightly. Let's go back to Scott Fenton slightly. He's still got the fastest lap with a 1 minute 13.033. But then we'll go back to this battle between, as Noddy's mate has left the lobby. I don't know whether he's having issues or what, but he's left the lobby as Bluefin tries to make the move going down towards, I believe he's trying to go down towards St Mary's as he makes the move stick, and ESR Idol is now trying to chase him as we go through St Mary's now up the rise into Valance Corner down to the Valance Street. This is going to be a battle and a half between these guys, and Grim has got past Pineapple Head for 4th place as we were concentrating on that battle between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol, and the Pineapple Head is in 5th place. Then you got Crazy, he's got past DJ You Never Walk Alone, so there is potentially a battle, couple of places swapped, but we see here Bluefin and ESR Idol still battling for 2nd place, so they're battling for potentially the last 2 spots on the podium. But at the moment we see Bluefin as trying to pull a gap on ESR Idol with Darren trying to push on slightly, but we're going to see what goes on. This is probably the main battle at the moment, as the others are a bit too far to have a bit of a battle. But Darren is pushing on. Hopefully we shall see what goes on within the 5 minutes 40 remaining in the first race of the new season. As I said, the Peugeot RCZ brought to you by Hobbs Motorsport Vlogs, but Darren is pushing on quite a bit to get past Bluefin, but I believe there is still a bit of a gap between Grim and the Pineapple Head at the moment. But as Grim goes off line there, which will allow the Pineapple Head, aka Tom Holland, to close that back up onto him, but at the moment this battle between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol is not going to go away. These guys are battling. Scott Fenton has done a 1 minute 12.9. So Scott Fenton is getting quicker. He's miles ahead up the road. He's more than 9 seconds up the road from Bluefin now. So is Jason Grant and of course Darren Baldwin battle for second and third at the moment. We're trying to see what's going on between Grim and of course Tom Holland, but they are a bit more of a gap there. And then you've got Crazy and then also DJ You Never Walk Alone coming in 7th place, as we have 4 minutes 24 remaining on the clock. ESR Idol, he's never going to give up. He's determined to get past Bluefin again for that second place. But this battle seems to be raging, and you know, this is probably the only battle we've got coming into play at the moment as he goes into Woodcote. But he's not, he's a bit far behind Bluefin, but Bluefin goes wide there into Woodcote, which has allowed ESR Idol to take second place back into the chicane, as we have got 3 minutes 50 remaining on the clock for the first race of the Eldar Peugeot RCZ, brought to you by Hobbs Motorsport Vlogs. And Grim is in 4th place there, and Pineapple Head has gone off as he enters into the chicane for the 9th time start lap number 10. Crazy is behind, and then you've got DJ bringing up the rear at the moment. But Bluefin and ESR Idol have now just gapped each other for a bit. Scott Fenton is still at least 10.5 seconds ahead of ESR Idol, so it's looking likely Scott Fenton is going to take the victory unless anything happens, with 3 minutes actually now remaining on the clock for this first round of the Peugeot RCZs, brought to you by the Eldar Racing League and of course sponsored by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs. So these guys are on the money. We see Grim here eking out that gap from the Pineapple Head. Pineapple Head is trying to close up, but he's about 5 to 6 seconds now back from Grim, and of course Crazy is trying to latch on. Crazy is roundabouts 1 point, near enough 2 seconds back from Pineapple Head, and DJ You'll Never Walk Alone brings up the rear in 7th place. But we'll go back to this battle between ESR Idol and Bluefin as we come back. These guys are actually battling. We have 2 minutes remaining, well 2 minutes 5 remaining on the clock. But Bluefin makes the move, and ESR Idol is trying to make the move as we go into St Mary's, and we go up the rise down into Levant, and then down into the Levant Straight at the moment. But this is where it's going to potentially push Bluefin all the way. Is ESR Idol going to get through? Is potentially going to be on the money, but we see here that Bluefin and of course ESR Idol still battling with 1 minute 25. Scott Fenton is out on the road as Bluefin goes wide a bit as he exits the chicane, as we see ESR Idol trying to chase him down. He may have flashed the lights and say, look, I'm here, but ESR Idol is now trying to chase down Jason Grant with 1 minute 5 remaining on the clock, and Scott Fenton is way out in the lead at the moment. But we have got this battle between Crazy and the Pineapple Head, but the Pineapple Head is still ahead of Crazy at the moment, and we are going to see what goes on. But we'll try and jump back to this battle between ESR Idol and of course Bluefin. Jason Grant is holding on for dear life with 45 seconds remaining on the clock, and Darren Baldwin is going to try and let him know as they enter the Levant corner and then down into the Levant Straight. This is where Darren needs to open up the taps with 30 seconds remaining on the clock as we are running down as they head down into Woodcote for the probably the penultimate time, as Bluefin and of course ESR Idol. As ESR Idol actually gets past, makes the move, and Bluefin is there still, knocking on his door, knocks him a bit wide, going into the chicane as we are about to start the last lap of the race with ESR Idol, and but I believe that is it. ESR Idol will take third place, but Bluefin is now on course for second place, as we see Scott Fenton is out in the lead, and Grim comes home in fourth place, and then you got Crazy has finally got past the Pineapple Head as we were concentrating on that battle between ESR Idol and Bluefin. So Crazy, and then the Pineapple Head, and then of course DJ You'll Never Walk Alone, he comes home in seventh place. So if anything happens between Bluefin and, well, Bluefin is still miles behind. Scott Fenton is about five and a half, up to 5.5 maybe, is now dropping, but Bluefin is going to concentrate on potentially Bluefin is going to come home in second place, and then you've got this potentially, if Scott Fenton just pulls the handbrake. I don't think that's very professional, mate. I know Bluefin was behind you, but Scott Fenton comes home in first place, and then Bluefin takes the second place, and victory goes to Scott Fenton for the first round of the Peugeot RCZs, brought to you by Hoppers Mototsport Vlogs. So I'm just going to nip to the loo before we start race 2. So, but Scott Fenton takes round number 1 of the season of the Peugeot RCZs. So I'm going to try and do a screenshot of the results so I can get them for round number 1. Yes, that's round number 1, so I'll be back in a moment or two, guys. So then, guys, round number 1 at the Peugeot RCZ Cup, brought to you by Mototsport Vlogs, the winner is Scott Fenton, followed by Bluefin, and then followed by ESR Idol. Grim came home in 4th, then Crazy came home in 5th, then the Pineapple Head in 6th, and then DJ You'll Never Walk Alone came home in 7th. So, Scott Fenton obviously did the fastest lap on lap number 7 with 1 minute 12.9. So, anything can happen within the next race, which is the full, I believe it's the full grid reversal. Yeah, so it's full grid reversal going into round number 2 of the championship. We are going to be potentially going to be watching what they're doing. The tyre wear now is going to be on 4%, and the fuel is going to be on 3. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys are doing. They must do or run the medium tyre for 3 laps and then change back onto, I believe it's the super soft. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on within this race, but hopefully it should be a good one as the sun starts to set over Goodwood yet again virtually. We had obviously, like I say, we had the Decals Lab Mini 7s yesterday, and hopefully race number must pit and use mediums for 3 laps. So yeah, they must pit and use the medium tyres for 3 laps. So we shall see what goes on within round number 2, which is race 2, round number 2 of the Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs. Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs Peugeot RCZs. So let's see what they can do. They're actually still practicing, but hopefully we should get the race underway in 4 minutes time. So let's see what can go on. A Peugeot just sounds really nice on just sitting there, but I'll just go back to the track action for a bit while they go into before we start round number 2 anyway. So I can't wait to see what happens with race 2. It's gonna be epic, especially with it being a full rolling grid reverse race and also a pit stop, because they have to use the medium tyres for up to 3 laps and then the change tyre, and hopefully it should last the rest of the race, but they've got to use the mediums for 3 laps before they make a pit stop. So hopefully my voice doesn't go this time, but if it does, it doesn't matter. But got plenty of water, and I've also got some idea to keep my voice in check as the pineapple head goes off there into potentially the first corner there. So yeah, let's see what goes on, hopefully in around 2 minutes time, and we are looking forward to seeing what we can do for the second round of the Peugeot RCZ Championship, the RCZ Cup, brought to you by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs, without my own vlog vlogging YouTube, or my own vlog sort of project, we wouldn't be, the guys wouldn't be here this evening racing. It's nice to see actually one of the sticker actually being on ESR Idol's sticker on his car for this evening. So yeah, I'd like to say in around 2 minutes time they should be gearing up for race 2, so it's full grid reverse, and it will be potentially a rolling start. So the rolling starts are quite amazing. As we'll jump, yeah, so we've got 1 minute to go. I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen within the second race of the Eldar Sim Peugeot RCZ Cup, brought to you by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs. And if you're interested, guys, to join in any of the ESR championships that we run, please be sure to check out the Eldar Sim Racing Facebook page, kindly set up by Nick Sargent and myself, Hoppers, and Darren Baldwin, aka ESR Idol, that is in the championship, and of course Malcolm Argyle, and of course John Riley. So big up to you guys as well as me for doing amazing jobs, and hopefully we shall have a brilliant race this evening for the second race of the evening, as we're just waiting for Bluefin to enter. I believe we are, I don't know whether Noddy's mate is going to be coming back, as Darren Baldwin has now just started the last race of the evening. So it is a pit stop race, 25 minutes, but they must use the mediums for 3 laps, and it is the full grid reversal. So we shall see what goes on. So we will have DJ out on pole position, then you got the Pineapple Head, then you got Crazy, then you got Grim, and then you've got ESR Idol, and of course Bluefin, and then Scott Fenton rounding up the field in the beautiful Monster Energy. But about to start, but then you've got Scott Fenton in beautiful Monster Energy. That car bringing up the rear as DJ brings it up to the start-finish line to take starters orders with 3, 2, 1 and go. And DJ puts his foot down going into the first corner. He will go down into the first corner here, potentially trying to hold on, and he will see what he can do here. He didn't do well in the first race, but let's see what he can do with the Pineapple Head. Hot on his heels already, with Crazy also hot on his heels. And let's see what goes on within this second race. And Grim is already up into 4th, but ESR Idol and of course Scott Fenton has already got past Bluefin there. As Grim goes offline, he's going skating off again, which is allowed Crazy up into 3rd place at the moment. But we see the Pineapple Head and of course DJ You'll Never Walk Alone. I think he's gone off there. He's got a bit of a 1.5 second penalty, which he's going to have to take before the start finish line, otherwise it'll go towards his time, which is a bit unfortunate for him. And Scott Fenton is now on the charge for up to ESR Idol at the moment. So Pineapple Head leads from Crazy, then it's ESR Idol from Scott Fenton, then it's Bluefin, and then Grim, and then DJ You Never Walk Alone in 6th and 7th at the moment. But we'll concentrate on this battle between ESR Idol and of course Bluefin. We're going to have 3 wide going into turn number 1 as my voice goes again. But ESR Idol drops back into 4th place as Bluefin gets alongside him going into turn number 1 there. And Bluefin and Scott Fenton, but Crazy's got 4 wide. But you see Bluefin and Scott Fenton there got held up by Crazy, but Crazy has gapped himself back to ESR Idol. But the Pineapple Head at the moment is leading the race from Scott Fenton and from Crazy, as Crazy goes off wide into St Mary's, and Bluefin and ESR Idol there are chasing down Scott Fenton as Grim and Crazy are battling, and DJ You'll Never Walk Alone unfortunately he's bringing up the rear again like he did in race 1. But this is going to be a battle for potentially second place, with Scott Fenton now at the moment trying to fend off Bluefin as they go into Woodcut, but the Bluefin goes off the line, which cuts back behind ESR Idol, which now brings Scott Fenton up into 2nd place, as Scott Fenton is the fastest lap so far with a it's now Grim with a 1:16.1. But Scott Fenton, the Irishman, trying to hop on to the back of the Pineapple Heads and chasing him down with Darren Baldwin in 3rd place. And you know, this is what we want to see. But Scott Fenton is going to try and make a move, hopefully down into St Mary's. But he's doing that now as we speak, going into that curb and clips the curb, but makes the move stick and Pineapple Head. And Scott Fenton goes a bit wide there, which brings the ESR Idol up into 2nd place and Bluefin into 3rd place there. And Grim is also battling it out as ESR Idol is now trying to chase down Tom Holland in the Rodman's Peugeot. And you can hear the fabulous noise of these Peugeots as Bluefin is trying to latch on to, of course, Darren Baldwin. But we go back to this battle between Darren Baldwin and, of course, the Pineapple Head. The Pineapple Head closes the door going into Woodcut, trying to close down, trying to go into the chicane. Darren will try and make the move into the chicane, but as we see in the background there, Grim goes offline. I don't know if we had some help from Scott Fenton, as we see the Pineapple Head now jump into pit lane. He will have to change into softs, but ESR Idol now leads the race from Bluefin ahead of Scott Fenton. Crazy and Grim also jump into pit lane as they are changing onto the soft tyres, or the super softs there, as they come out in thick and thick, as the Pineapple Head and Crazy as DJ heads for the pits there, and Scott Fenton and of course Bluefin and of course ESR Idol are battling out for first place at the moment, but this is a battle for potentially the lead for the first place. But Scott Fenton makes the move on Bluefin there as they went through the Levant corner there and down onto the Levant straight now, heading down to Woodcote into the chicane. But this is a battle, this is battles galore between these three. These three are probably going to take the battle to the pit lane. We'll just have to see who dives into the pit lane at the end of this lap, with 20 minutes remaining on the clock, as ESR Idol and Scott Fenton dives into the pits as we concentrate with this battle straight away between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol. So Scott Fenton left it late to jump into the pits there. He was getting held up, but he thought I'll go into the pits, which is now brought up Pineapple Head into third place. But as we see Bluefin and of course ESR Idol as we go down towards St Mary's, battle it out for first place at the moment, and ESR Idol has got past Bluefin for potentially first place at the moment. But these guys may take the battle into the pit lane, but we shall see what goes on here, as we see that Scott Fenton and the Pineapple Head gets crossed up there, spins it round unfortunately, which has cost him a bit of place there, as Grim now is heading towards the Pineapple Head. We'll go back towards this battle between ESR Idol and Bluefin. Are they going to take the battle to the pit lane? Who's going to dive in, or are they going to go in separate? We shall see. But ESR Idol and of course Bluefin take the battle to the pit lane. So while they're doing the pit stop, that will allow Scott Fenton back up into first place there. So the boys have took battle to the pit lane. ESR Idol and of course Bluefin have just come out in each other's tailpipes there as they've just exited the pit lane. So now Scott Fenton now leads from ESR Idol ahead of Bluefin, and the Pineapple Head is still in fourth place, and Grim is in fifth place still, and Crazy is still in sixth, and DJ You Never Walk Alone is in seventh. But we'll go back to this battle between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol. These two championship rivals, I believe. It's probably going to be close and equally matched, as Bluefin gets a bit crossed up going into St Mary's, as ESR Idol now goes down to the Levant corner and down the Levant straight and trying to chase after his nemesis, his arch rival from previous season, Scott Fenton. And we shall see what goes on here this evening. But we shall see. But ESR Idol at the moment, he's got cold tyres, but he's actually making it work. But Bluefin here, Jason Grant, is still trying to chase down ESR Idol. But we've got a battle between Pineapple Head goes offline into Woodcote, which has allowed Grim to take fourth place there, and Tom drops back into fifth place going into the chicane. Crazy is jumping into the chicane, and DJ You'll Never Walk Alone brings up the rear. But we'll try and go back to a battle if we can. But at the moment there is probably not much battles, but we've got ESR Idol ahead of Bluefin at the moment. But Scott Fenton is leading this race with 16 minutes 40 on the clock. But Scott Fenton so far has done a 1:14.7, and ESR Idol is going to try and chase him down for potentially race 2 victory here at Goodwood this evening. But ESR Idol is on a mission. He will be on a mission. We're just trying to see what happens. But Grim is in fourth place ahead of Tom Holland, and then you've got Crazy. But these guys are spaced out a bit on the road, and then you've got DJ You'll Never Walk Alone in seventh place at the moment. But then you've also got ESR Idol coming into the chicane, trying to chase down Scott Fenton. You know, Scott Fenton, the Irishman, with 15 minutes 50 remaining as ESR Idol's just set the fastest lap of the race with 1:14.5. So that is the fastest lap he's pushing on. He wants victory in the second race. Scott Fenton is 1.8, but the gap's coming down. ESR Idol is going to chase him. Is he going to jump on like a pack of wolves, or is he just going to see what goes on? But as ESR Idol goes into St Mary's and climbs up the hill to try and chase, obviously, down Scott Fenton here. ESR Idol at the moment is on super softs. You got Scott Fenton that is on softs with quite a bit of fuel left. Then you've got Bluefin on super softs. Then you've got Grim on super softs as well. Then Pineapple Head is on softs. Then Crazy's on super softs, and DJ is on super softs as well. So I think these guys may have to pit again. I'm not too sure. But, excuse me, at the moment Scott Fenton is managing it quite well with 14 minutes 37 remaining on the clock as ESR Idol is trying to chase him down. But Bluefin is behind him, and then as Bluefin goes off track there, give him the commentator's curse, but that's going to drop him back a bit. But he shall try and catch these guys as Grim and of course Pineapple Heads and of course Crazy and then DJ, He'll Never Walk Alone, is at the back of the field. But Darren is trying to push on, he's trying to catch up to Scott Fenton. At the moment Scott Fenton is leading by near enough 2 seconds, but the gap is coming down slowly but surely. This is what we want to see from the Peugeot RCZs. Live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. I nearly forgot what we were on then, but no, we're on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. These guys are battling it out. We're also sponsored by Mototsport Vlogs, so go and check us out as well. But as we see, ESR Idol trying to chase down Scott Fenton for victory in race number 2 with Scott Fenton now has responded to ESR Idol's lap time and done a 1:14.5 there. This runs a bit wide, but ESR Idol, he's lost control there, which is not going to do his tyres any good, which is going to allow Bluefin to close up. He's now going to have to redo all that hard work that he was building up as Bluefin gets past him there, as ESR Idol is potentially now going to have to do all that hard work again as Grim is in 4th place, and then you've got Pineapple Head, and then you've got Crazy, and then you've got obviously DJ at the rear. But at the moment Scott Fenton is out on his own at the moment ahead of Bluefin and ESR Idol. ESR Idol is now going to have to potentially do all that work again that he built up during that until he made a mistake. But I believe Noddy's mate said he's pulled out, which is a bit unfortunate within the group. But you've got ESR Idol with 12 minutes remaining on the clock trying to chase down Jason Grant, but Jason Grant is now trying to chase down Scott Fenton, but Scott Fenton is 8 seconds up the road at the moment. 8 seconds up the road, but this could be a big ask, but we shall see what goes on between these guys as Grim comes into 4th place. At the moment he's going to try and chase down ESR Idol, and then you've got Crazy that's finally got past Tom Holland. I didn't see that battle because we were concentrating what was going on between ESR Idol and of course Bluefin, but Tom Holland is in 6th place, and then you've got DJ bringing up the rear at the moment. But then you've got Bluefin and of course ESR Idol. These two are going to have another battle if ESR Idol gets closer, but this is going to be potentially as DJ pits from 7th place. It's going to see what goes on, but as we see, the Pineapple Head has now left the room. That is unfortunate. Tom Holland is not going to compete this race for as ESR Idol jumps into the pit lane, so that's going to cost him a bit of time as Grim jumps into third place at the moment. So the tyre wear and the fuel is coming to a factor as we see Bluefin is trying to chase down Scott Fenton, but Scott Fenton, excuse me, is 8 seconds up the road, and then Bluefin is about 8 seconds from Grim, and then you've got ESR Idol and Crazy, then obviously DJ, but DJ is under threat from getting lapped by Scott Fenton. There's not really much of battles, but we shall see what goes on. Scott Fenton, the Irishman, with 10 minutes remaining on the clock, is he gonna take another victory in the second race of the Eldar Peugeot RCZs, brought to you by Hopper's Mototsport Vlogs, as Scott Fenton goes through the chicane? Is he going to dive into the pits? Yes, he is. So Scott Fenton dives into the pits as Bluefin comes into the chicane. Is he going to follow suit? Yes, he does, which will now bring Grim up into potentially first place. Or is he going to dive into the pits? Yes, he dives into the pits, as ESR Idol now will potentially take third place, as Bluefin and Scott Fenton still remain their positions. So ESR Idol is on fresh tyres. He is now got the tyres up to temperature as he takes down Jason Grant for second place. So the battle for second place is going to be raging it on again as we get into the 8 minute 52 seconds remaining on the clock. So we are potentially pushing on as Jason Grant is thinking, leave me alone, but you know, this is what I want to see. There's not really much battles. Crazy and of course is trying to chase down Grim, but DJ is in 6th place, so unfortunately 6 cars are only going to finish this second race, with ESR Idol trying to chase down Bluefin for second place with 8 minutes 20 on the clock to go. As we get closer and closer towards the finish, Scott Fenton is on course for another victory in the beautiful Monster Energy backed Peugeot, but at the moment we'll try and concentrate on a battle between ESR Idol and of course Bluefin, but they're both a bit of a gap from each other, and then you've got Grim and then you've got Crazy, but they're both sort of gapped each other, and then you've got DJ that's bringing up the rear. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes on within the closing laps, as we've got 7 minutes 35 remaining as Bluefin goes through St Mary's there, up the hill towards the Levant corner, down to the Levant Street. This is going to be probably one of the closest races as ESR Idol tries to chase him down, but I don't know whether he's struggling or not, but we shall see. But are they going to pit for fuel, or are they going to just see what ride it out, because they have got 7 minutes 5 remaining on the clock? But we shall see what goes on here as Bluefin now goes into the chicane. ESR Idol is heading up to the chicane now, but you know, Bluefin is potentially pushing on as Scott Fenton has now done a 1:13.8. The Irishman is pushing on. He's doing quite well so far. Bluefin in 2nd place, then you've got Darren in 3rd, then you've got Grim in 4th, then you've got Crazy, then you've got DJ, who's got lapped by Scott Fenton. Scott Fenton has actually picked up a bit of a 5/10 of a penalty there. I don't know whether it's because of contact or just he cut the corner a bit, but he's got 5/10 of a penalty. He needs to get rid of that, as Bluefin and of course ESR Idol still trying to battle for second, but the gap is a bit much. Then you've got Grim and then you've got Crazy, but these guys are still a bit further back, and then you've got DJ there potentially costing a bit of time Scott Fenton really needs to take his penalty, but as he does now, but it's going to be a bit touch and go. But with 5 minutes 42 on the clock, Bluefin's going to have to try and hopefully get past DJ for potentially put a lap on him. So DJ needs to realise he's not battling for position here. But as we see Bluefin and DJ is not battling, but Bluefin does not need this. But ESR Idol is going to probably put a lap on his son any moment now. But DJ is pushing because I know he wants to get the points on the board, but it's potentially looking likely that Bluefin's now got the gap, so ESR Idol is now going to try and put potentially a lap on his son, as we got 4 minutes 42 on the clock, so we are probably got at least up to 3 minutes of the race to go. And you know, there's not really much battles now. I've just spread them out a bit, but DJ is not going to have to concede to his father, but as the blue flags are waving for DJ to let him pass. But at the moment, Bluefin's a bit far from Scott Fenton. Scott Fenton is essentially up the road, going into the battle, but as we see ESR Idol, Donald Baldwin pushing on, trying to catch up to Bluefin, but there's a bit of tyre squeal. I believe DJ is trying to just push on and get the points for 6th place on the board. But Grim at the moment is in 4th place rather. Then you've got Crazy who's in 5th place, and then you've got DJ trying to get past, trying to stop his dad from lapping him rather. But as you can see, Darren's now got past his son, so that's held him up quite a bit, but hopefully it doesn't hamper him too much with 3 minutes 5 remaining on the clock. So we may be on to the second to last lap, so we may be on the penultimate lap as Bluefin there. Scott Fenton actually runs a bit wide. Bluefin actually goes wide there, but it will now bring up ESR Idol to potentially chase on, as Bluefin, well, Scott Fenton is going through St Mary's at the moment and climbing up the hill towards Levant, and we shall see what happens here. But at the moment, Bluefin, it's got arch nemesis ESR Idol closing and closing. You know, he's going to be closing onto the back of Bluefin any moment. This is probably the battle we've been waiting for. Potentially Bluefin is looking likely with a couple of quarters of a tank remaining, but 2 minutes, yeah, 2 minutes 5 on the clock as ESR Idol tries to make the move going down into Woodcote. Is he going to make the move going into the chicane, or is he going to wait with 2 minutes remaining on the clock? So anything can happen between these guys, and we are looking forward to hopefully a Grand Slam finish. Grim and Crazy are in 4th and 5th. We'll go back to this battle between Bluefin and of course ESR Idol, potentially with 1 minute 30 now on the clock, with Bluefin and of course ESR Idol battling away for potentially 2nd place, as Bluefin gets out of shape a bit going up into St Mary's there, and we are going to see what happens. Is ESR Idol going to make the move, or is Bluefin going to close the door? But with 1 minute 5 remaining on the clock now, this could be potentially going on to start the last lap as we head down onto the Valence Straight. Who's going to break into Woodcote? Is Is the ESR idol going to make the move? Or is Bluefin going to close the door? ESR idol has a bit of a tap, but then Bluefin closes the door, but these guys are still neck and neck. They've still got it, you know, ESR idol and Bluefin are still battling potentially for second place at the moment as we start what will be, I believe, the final lap now. So can ESR idol make the move into second place ahead of Bluefin, or is Bluefin gonna close the door and say, no, I'm gonna have second place from you? But we shall see, because this is the final lap of the race. Scott Fenton at the moment is miles ahead up the road, but Bluefin and ESR idol are still battling. This is battles galore as we are actually now on the final lap of the race. Excuse me, as we see Bluefin and of course ESR idol as crazy, and DJ will be potentially coming home but Bluefin and ESR idol, Darren is trying to get past. Is he going to make the move going into the chicane, or is Bluefin just going to say enough's enough? And Scott Fenton takes round number 2 win, and Bluefin is sensationally going home in second place, and ESR idol comes home in third place. That was a bit of a battle towards the end there between them two, and then you've got Grim coming home in fourth place, and he will be happy with that. And then you got Crazy in fifth, and then you got DJ in sixth place. So that was round number 2 of the Peugeot RCZs from Goodwood, and victory yet again goes to Scott Benton, and hopefully he also got the fastest lap. Hopefully next week I will catch up with some of the guys and do interviews for next week. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this evening, and I'll take a screenshot of the potentially take the screenshot of the race for so we know what results. But yeah, it's been absolute amazing. I've really enjoyed that this evening, and it has been great racing, I must say. But well done to these guys for potentially having an absolute ball. You know, I'll go through race 2 results. Scott Fenton won the race ahead of Bluefin and ESR idol, so it's the same positions of race 1, I believe, and then you got Grim in 4th, then you got Crazy, and then DJ bringing up the rear. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what next week brings, and hopefully next week should be a cracker. We are at Brands Hatch Indy next week, so hopefully we shall see what goes on there. And yeah, if you want to see any racing or you want to take part, guys, please check out the Eldar Sim Racing Facebook page, and also like, comment and subscribe on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. Until next week, guys, I've been Hoppers, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-ra.